Alright, welcome back to Decode Traders Hub. Yes, it is a beautiful morning, Friday morning. Yeah, the 20th of June 2025. Happy weekend. It is a Friday. I hope you guys are having a good time, and it's about time we started our session as usual, just the way we do it every day, Monday to Friday, 10:30 to 11:30. So let's pray and get started. Father, we give you praise. Thank you for this very good morning, Lord. Thank you for everything that you've already done so far this week, the profits that we've made so far, the great insights you've provided so far, Lord, the understanding of the charts every other time we come into this session to look at them, Lord. Thank you for the money we've done so far this year, Lord, the money that you've provided through this analysis, Lord, that you gave unto us, Lord, through the market that you gave unto us as an opportunity, Lord. So we give you praise. We love you, Lord, for that. Even as we start today's session, be the one to provide the good insights, the great insights that we can use to make money today, to profit out of this market today. We love you and we praise you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. So, as usual, without any wasting time, let's get into Crash 500. Let's get into Crash 500 as usual. Please check if my sound is okay. Let me know if my sound is okay. If it is having any issues, let me know still, that I may work on it immediately. So as usual, like I said, we start with Crash 500. If it is your first time here on this very channel, Decode Traders Hub, then do us good and go ahead and click that subscribe button. And of course, don't forget to give us a thumbs up or to hit the like button, and so that we can be pushed by the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, we want to say thank you for tuning in. So, Crash 500. Yesterday, this is what we talked about. We were consolidating right here. We were in that consolidation right there, and I told you that we will be looking for buys, probably to that order block or to the fair value gap that we have right there on M15, but I had not marked it because this looks weird when you draw it, so I had pushed out that, but that was a fair value gap, and I told you price will eventually come to that or to the order block above where this sell momentum started from. So price eventually did not go for that order block, it came for this order fair value gap, and that's where the liquidity was grabbed from. So came to half of that fair value gap. As usual, you know we do that. We always wait for half of that of the fair value gap to be grabbed, and then we get into walking in for the entry, and that's what happened. Price reached the 50% of that fair value gap, and immediately the sales began. We actually made money on this asset even though it was slow. This is how we made money there. This was our entry. When it had given that retest, we made the entry immediately and took our monies right there. That is when we took our profits right there. So congrats to those that were able to get this trade, and of course those that are on VIP, congrats, because I shared this signal with you guys. Congrats to you. So now we know we are in for sales, yeah, because that's how we had analyzed it yesterday. So we are bringing the sales from there. Let's first take off the history. This can also now go delete. Now we see a break of structure on H1. This becomes the break of structure right there, but it is not taking so long. It is short-lived, and then price has gone back above it Let's go to H4. We understand what is happening. H4, remember, it is oversold. H4 is oversold, and we wanted price to reach this level, but we are likely not to reach it. But nevertheless, it will be serving what we wanted, because you can clearly see that it has reached the level right there. So we are likely not to see price reach the level that we wanted, but that's where we are likely to see the buys start from, and that will not be anything else. It will be an inverted heads and shoulder according to daily time frame and according to weekly time frame. So for now that we know that, and now that we see this on H4, we need to wait and see how this candle closes. How this candle closes is going to give us what happens. But as for now, we know that come tomorrow we are going to be looking for buys. We've been waiting for this pullback for about a whole week, I think. When we saw this here and price went up there, we knew that we can wait for the creation of the right shoulder, and this is the right shoulder that has been created. Now we know that buys are going to come in, and of course our target will be our target will be this, from there to there. That is where our target will be. So you don't want to cut your profits short. You can swing them all the way from here to there if you want to, but of course, us intraday traders or day traders, we always look for trades that we can take during the day and move out of the market, come next day and enter again. That is how we trade. But swing traders can actually swing it from here all the way up there without any interruptions. So for now, daily H1 is currently showing us that we need sales according to CCI, but like I said, on H4 we didn't see any break of structure. We are almost actually waiting for the next candle to start, but that doesn't tell us what we can anticipate. We have to wait for price to see if it will break this low and continue with sales, or if we are going to actually see a reversal signal, of which we know, or we all know currently by now, those who have been with me on this very channel for this long, you know that we always wait for a change of character as our reversal signal right here. So for now, let's wait and see what happens. But as of now, the reversal signal that we are going to see according to daily and weekly is this inverted heads and shoulder. That is a reversal signal that you cannot, and clearly if you look at weekly, remember this is weekly time from now, we are seeing price touch to the oversold level on the weekly time frame. This is a reversal signal that tells you, that confirms the buys on the weekly time frame, and you can't say nothing about this. It's gonna happen. We are going to make this money. So come next week, which is the week, will probably on Monday or Sunday, I don't know when the next candle of the weekly starts from. I will look into that. We will be looking for the buys. They may even start today, we never know. We may start tomorrow, we never know. What we can do now is wait for the perfect entry, and I've told you, if I happen to see any change of character right here, it will be my reversal signal, and I can start making my short buy trades until the new weekly candle starts, and I engage into full-time buys, full swing buys. So right here, this was never a break of structure, so it means right here that is a change of character right there. Although it has, the market is still having low momentum. Why? Because everyone is holding on. The sellers are now holding on. The buyers are not ready to enter full time or big time with their large monies. So for now, it's going to a maze. We may anticipate some bit of consolidation, some bit of ranging until there's a clear path. So enough of crash 500. Let's wait and see. We will be talking more about this. Those who are on VIP, you know I'll be providing filtered signals when something happens around here. So let's get into boom 1000. We'll come back to crash 500 before we close to do the recap and wrap it up. So boom 1000, we knew this. Those who remember, we knew that we were going to sell from here, but we never got an entry, a perfect entry that we could have used to actually continue selling. So I did not enter, but the sale continued. Yeah, the sale continued just like we had already anticipated. So for now, we can delete that. Oh, wait a minute. What I've just deleted, I wanted price to react here yesterday so that we can continue with the buy, and it did not react. It actually reacted within here. If I go to H1, I can easily see where price reacted back to. That was a fair value gap right there, and it did not even reach 50%, and then price went all the way into the buys, continued with the buy. But now on reaching to that level, which is what? Which is it is actually at H1. It is an H1 resistance level up there. Price started to retest, and of course on M15 it gave us that as a change of character, but then we didn't have some clear retest that we could have taken advantage of and gone in with a sell. So we missed that. We couldn't enter. So what else happened? First delete everything right here. Oh wait, it's acting as a support. Okay, delete it. Even this, delete. So what happened is the sell came in, was rejected from this fair value gap, tested that, went back into buys, but failed to break the previous high, so it came back with sells. On reaching there, it tried to break this previous higher low right there, but it was sort of a vague one. So if I can delete it, I would show you where price reacted to. That was an order block, the last order block on H1. That's where price reacted from and has started to go back into the buy trend. So for such cases, I normally love to draw my trend lines. Let me bring out my trend lines right here, look at the lows and the highs that I have, and try to make sense of this. So now that I know this, then I know that price will go up, then come down until it's ready to give us this breakout. So it's likely to actually come all the way to 50% of this fair value gap. Actually, so let's try to get that fair value gap, and let's look for this 50% and see if we will be able to get it. Yeah, just about there. So that's what I can easily wait for. Yeah, price can eventually come back here before it goes up. It can go up and then come down again. So this is very bit of weird. Let's go to H1. I mean M15. M15, it says we need to still continue down, so it's likely to continue down, grab that. Once it grabs that liquidity on this level here, price is likely not to go back down again. It's likely to continue with the buys. So for now we wait. For now we wait for the sell. Let's go to M15. M5 is saying buys. Weird. Okay, it's not weird actually. Since the spikes go for so long, it can actually continue with the buys and then later sell according to M15 and H1. So we are not actually going to be looking for sells now. It's going to continue with buys right there. When it touches that trend line, then you can come in with sells if you want to reach that level. Reach that level right there. So for now, yeah, can we enter sales? I mean buys. Let's see. This is a fair value gap right here that was left back, so it's likely to come for that 50% of that fair value gap, and then you make your entry. So for now, I'm going to leave my my limit order right there, and probably it gets activated right there, and then we come in with the buys. This is going to be the limit order that I'll be waiting for. Why are we doing that? Already here we have a change of character on M5, so this is just like a pullback to confirm the reversal on M5, so that's why we can anticipate this pullback. It can easily even come to this order block down here, but this is an imbalance that was left back that it needs to mitigate and then get into buys once more. So you need to understand that. All right, so enough of that. Let's now head to Boom 500. So Boom 500, what happened? Start from the weekly, the H1. We needed this pullback yesterday. We needed this pullback so we can continue with buys. We didn't see it, so that couldn't give us anything. So price continued with the buys, reached here. I actually looked for sells when it reached that level. Actually here, I wanted a short pullback of sells, then I can enter buys later. So that was taken out, so I made the loss there. But of course, the profits on Crash 500 mitigated that loss. So now we can continue. So the short sale never happened, which was like a pullback, so that we can later continue with buys. It never happened. So price kept on breaking all these other points of interest that we had, that there, that here. So all these are not necessary anymore. They were not respected at all, so delete that. We haven't gotten any confirmation of this reversal. We have seen that breakout, so this was the only pullback, which was the confirmation of the reversal right there. But something like this, I don't normally love to focus on it. Now that it has gone all the way up there, it's gonna come back. So according to H4, we will actually make a good entry when it pulls back. So where can we anticipate this pullback? So let's go to H4. First, let's try to delete this. This was hit yesterday. It reached the TP, so we can delete that now. And now go to H4. This right here, take it out. Let's use our fib. Let's use our fib and then understand where we are likely to see the pullback to. So from there, I see this fair value gap right there. But now on such a trade, most of the times price even goes through that fair value gap. It tries to look for where the buy momentum started from. So that's why I will also mark this H4 order block. So we have two ways how this price is gonna work out. It's gonna come to that level. It's likely to come all the way there to that order block. Now we will have our entries from there like that, but also it can easily look for this fib retracement level and continues with the buys. So for now, that is how I'm going to anticipate this move on this asset. All right, so let's now head over to H1. So H1, it's coming in with the sales, and yeah, it's trying to accumulate some sell orders right here, and then you know that it can easily give you a fake breakout to take the stop losses of the early sellers right there. It can easily do that, so you need to know that also. Once it takes it out, then it comes in with sales, and then you can enter. So for now, please don't rush into making any entries. Don't rush into making any sell entries, because you may be caught off guard and you may be taken out before time. So let's wait for something like that. If it happens, well and good. If it doesn't happen, then you know that we always wait for price to break such a level to confirm the reversal or to confirm this sell entry that we will be waiting for. So wait as we get a confirmation. Wait as we get that confirmation. All right, so today we are going to sell this without a doubt. So let's wait for that sell entry. V25S. What happened? So we knew this, but surprisingly, I don't know. I don't normally use alerts. I'm not used to them, but I think I should start using them. I think I should start using them, because look at this. This we knew yesterday, so we wanted the pull, the retest after breakout. So that our entry was supposed to be there, but I missed that entry. That I couldn't enter from here. This was already gone, so I missed that. But those who were here yesterday for the analysis, congrats if you made the entry. Now we don't need all this. That is all gone now. But when it reached all the way up there, of course we wanted sales from there. Yep, that's what we wanted. When price reaches there, to come in with sales. So it happened. The sales came through, and this was seen as to be like a change of character right there. And look at that confirmation of the change of character right here immediately. This was supposed to be your entry for that. So we saw all that, and then price now has come to this level. Let's go to Oh, actually, if you do this, then you can see this is a fair value gap even on H1. So all we need is the 50% of that, and we can see it has reached it already. But if you go to M5 if you go to M5 also, M15 I mean, then you can even look for that one too when it reaches the 50%. When it reaches the 50% of that fair value gap, where we are going to see our pullback from into buys. So let's get to H4. What are we seeing H4? H4 we need sells, but then it has reached that fair value gap. Is it going to give us a retracement? Yeah, it might, because we have a break of structure here. Yeah, it's likely to give it to us. According to H1, this is a fair value gap. This was our lower low, lower high. So it's coming here to give us a lower low, and then we test for a lower high. If I go to M15 to be a bit clear, yeah, so right there, so it has left some liquidity, so it can easily go back all the way to this breaker block right about there, and then continue with sales. So what are we going to do? Get to M5. The buys are coming. So wait a little bit for the buys to start, probably in the next H4 has started. So let's wait and see if we're going to get some buys right here. All right, that's it on crash on V25s. Let's now head over to V75. Excuse me. So V75. What happened? Let's look at yesterday. So H1, we needed this, and then we can come in with sales. So we first made an entry here. I had a tight stop loss. I was taken out, but immediately I entered the game because I knew that we were going to still sell without a doubt. So what happened? Yeah, I sold. Price went. Try to look for my stop loss, but of course now I had known what they were up to, so my stop loss was above that resistance level. So tried to look for that, failed. I entered another entry when it tried to get back to the highs there. So I made another entry, and then money came through later, but you can see it was having low momentum, so I held up right there my positions until I got enough and moved out. So this was where it reacted from, and that's where I closed my profits right about there. So those who are on VIP, congrats, because I shared that signal with you guys and we made that money yesterday. So for now I can take out everything right here, and we get to see today. Let's see today. So just about now you can see the price hasn't broken that resistance, and you can see we even have a resistance trend line as we speak up there. Yeah, so I can go to H1, delete this, not necessary anymore. Go to H1, we need sales, but something is still holding holding. Okay, we have this right here. Okay, can just leave it for now. We have that. Do we need this? I doubt we do. So we wanted price to react at least here, and then we come in with buys. Yeah, that's what we wanted according to H1. Yes, so according to H1 we need this move. We need this move right there so we can get into buys later. So are we going to see it today or not? So we are still looking for sells. If we are still looking for sells, then this consolidation that is happening is sort of weird. This consolidation still tells us that we need buys according to M15. Wow. Tells us that we still need buys right here, right there. We have to get buys. So we are likely not to see sells. I know we need sells to reach this level, grab that liquidity and then get into buys, but according to what I've seen on M15, we are likely not to see sells. Weird, but it's what we are seeing currently. I wish it could do this, but we are likely not to see it from what I've just seen. So let's wait and see. But we need this, but also we are likely to see that because of the structure it has given us, where currently on M15 that we have right there. We are likely to see that. So I will wait. If it breaks this level, then we will probably, if it breaks this support trend line, then we'll probably see this move right here. If it fails and breaks the upper trend line, then we'll probably get to see that move, and of course that means we will continue even to see the H4 move that will take us all the way up there, So for now, please be patient and wait for a clear entry. Let's go to M5. M5 says sells. Okay, let's wait and see. I told you patience pays off if you are patient to wait for a clear structure and not rushing to make any entries just because you want to make money. Then you can make a lot of money when the structure that you always wait for comes around. But if you panic and rush into making an entry, you may not even see your account yield any profits at all. So you need to be patient. Jump 50. Let's now head to jump 50. Excuse me. Jump 50. All right. So yesterday we needed sells here, then a pullback there. That's what we needed. So did we make any entries on sells? No, I missed this. Just like I've told you, I need to start using the alert option. I hardly use alerts. So early morning, the analysis yesterday morning, if you missed it, you can go and look for episode number 167. That is the episode we had yesterday. So we anticipated a pullback there, so we can make an entry for the sales to come around this level, and that's what happened. Pullback there, sales came in even though we had low momentum, but they managed to reach the level we had anticipated, and then immediately buys started, and you can see buys, so they reached that level that like we wanted today morning. But after reaching that, we started to see some consolidation reaction on that level until price got some weird momentum to break through and continue with a buy move or with a buy trend. So for now, we can delete everything right here, right here, right here, even there, and then we look at what is happening. So push this back, have this here. This was remember I told you may see price keep praying within here and there until it breaks up there, and now that's what we're seeing. So go to H4, we are overbought. If I go to daily time frame, we have reached a retracement level, so we need to be seeing some pullback, and that pullback will be according to H4. All right. Okay, so first bring this a bit here. I want to see that. Okay, that is an H4 order block. There's another one right there. So that tells me that I need to anticipate a reversal right here on H4. This is a break of structure apparently. That is a break of structure. So we can't, that is a break of structure. So we need to see a pullback, then price to fail to break this previous high, so that it can bring us into sales. Yeah, nevertheless, whether it gives it to us or not, we are going to sell, and we cannot sell if we haven't seen any pullback. So H4 we need sales, M15 we need sales. So H1 that is showing us buys, we're not going to look at it, we're going to look at M15. If you get any reversal signal on M15, please don't hesitate to make your sales. So for now, I leave that asset for now. I may not trade it the whole of today unless I see a structure that I can take advantage of. So that is jump 50 for us right there. Jump 25. Jump 25. So jump 25, yes, what happened? So jump 25 yesterday we had this, yeah, leave it on M15, drag it to the left, to the right I mean. So we wanted price to at least come and mitigate this fair value gap here on M15, then we keep on playing within until it breaks up and continues with buys. But it had already had enough, I believe. We couldn't see that coming, so it didn't do this react back here, but surprisingly got enough momentum to break through that resistance, both the trendline resistance and that upper resistance right there, and we saw that. We never saw any pullback that we could have taken advantage of to actually enter the buy, so we couldn't have an entry on jump 25, so we missed that trade. But we knew that we will continue with the buys eventually because that was the trend. So now I can delete this. So this one also can go. I don't need it anymore. What we see now is we saw price reach all the way to the TP level. Bring this back. It reached all the way to the TP level according to M15. Now H4, H1, we are overbought, and now we are looking for sales. We are looking for sales. According to H4 on the other hand, here we're looking for sales too. Daily time frame, we need continuation of buys. All right, so we now know that. So sales M15, M15 is also going to look for sales, but then how? What is left back? What is left back to grab? Because we needed buys from here, but then okay, I see this order block right here where this buy momentum started from. Price is likely to react back to that. This is on H1. So if I know that, then I see a fair value gap left back here. That will be now the target for M15 to reach there and then come down for that. But then it won't be enough for H4. So it means right here we have a support. Right there we have a support, and then down here we still have that level where price grabbed liquidity on that fair value gap. So we have all these levels where price can react back to. All these are levels. So we have that. We have this. All these are going to be levels of interest where price can react back to, but it has to first go back there according to M15. So M15 is going to try to go for that and then come straight into sales to break this support trend line right here. All right, I think this is enough for now. This is going to be enough for now. I doubt it's gonna go all the way down here. I doubt. Yeah. It won't. While the last option for it to retest will be this this level right here, which is a daily fair value gap right in there. That is our daily fair value gap. So for now, I won't go all the way down. Let's wait for these moves right here. Pull back here, we may even see some buys, then it comes again down, then some buys more, all to go all the way down below here, and we look for the buys on this very daily fair value gap. All right, so enough of this. Let's now get to jump 10 and we try to call it a day. So jump 10, there's a mess right in here. Let's first delete all this. So jump 10 yesterday, let me first drag it here before we can even do anything. So we knew that price will keep on playing within here and then later give us the buys. So yesterday we made entries right here. I made entries right here and there for the buy, but then I was taken out right here. I had a tight tip here. Immediately after being taken out, price went all the way up there. But of course, I was supposed to have my stop losses all the way down here below this order block right there. So I missed that. That's why I was taken out earlier. But the guys on VIP, I believe, they made money because I had given them that signal. So that's where I told, even when it reached there, I told them immediately to close their profits. Yeah. So now as we look at that, price reacted all the way back to this level and it even went all the way down to the H1, is it H1, H4? Went all the way, what? Yes, H went all to give us a fake breakout right here, but then it went all the way to M15, I believe. Yeah, it went all the way to M15 here, right there. And now we see price was trying to give us a flag. So delete this, delete that, leave this on. I managed to analyze this early morning to understand that this was a flag. So this can go now. and immediately once I realized this was a flag and price had given a successful breakout, and that was like a retest, I immediately made my entry. And ever since then, price has been playing in profits and back forth into some floating losses. But according to such a structure, all we need is the distance from there to there. That would be like our profit. So that's why I made my buy entry. That's why I made my buy entry to push me to that level. But according to what we see, price is sort of consolidating on M15. It's sort of consolidating. So it may try to take me out and then later continue with buys. Let's wait and see. But all we know is such a what? Oh wow, it's likely to take me out. From the current data I have on M15 I mean, it's likely to take me out. Weird. It will be coming back to that support. Wow. Want to know what is this here? This is a support, a daily support. Remember, we've been in that kind of a channel. We've been in that kind of channel. First delete this. We've been in this kind of channel, and like I told you, such a channel like this, it keeps on going, giving us lower lows and lower highs. So that's why we are seeing sales are still a bit stronger. Sales are still a bit stronger. So first delete all that, get back to H1 and look at M15. H1 we need buys, H4 we need sells, M15 we need sells. So it's going to sell. So that means I close my profits. Before I closed my profits, look at that jump. So please, if you're in it already with the buys, you can break even or take a profits, because it's likely going to sell, just like we've seen. H4 is selling, that means M15, if it is also selling, that means we're going to sell. So it's likely to try to give us a fake breakout right about there, and then it gets into sales. So for now, I will grab my profits right about there and call it a day on this asset. So I will just bring in my stop loss into profits and wait, because this sell is going to come around, because we are still looking for sells according to H4 and according to M15. So this move that I needed right here to reach there, according to this flag, is likely not to happen according to the current data on M15 and according to the time frame structure of H4 and M15. So take your profits right there. You can grab your profits so far, or wait for it to grab it on that fair value gap and then call it a day on this asset, or break even and wait for that to see if it is going to come all the way to that level where we had already anticipated our TP level. All right, so that's it for today. The other day we added gold. I had some more time to analyze gold. So even yesterday I analyzed gold actually. So let's look at gold, what we talked about yesterday. So yesterday it was here, between here. So I told you for us to make a sell, we were going to actually sell when price reacts to that conference area, and that's what I did. Of course, I made my entries right there. So the first entry was here and I was taken out immediately, but immediately I also entered more sells right there, and it took me out when I on the SL in profits. That's what happened, but the sell was on. So this was the move right here. This was the move right there that I took. I was supposed to close earlier because this was big monies, but I had my SL right there, so it was taken out when it made that pullback. So right about now you can see it made the pullback back to that confluence area or to the resistance area right there, and then started to sell again. And as you can see, our TP was here. This is where we had our TP. Our first TP was this. Those who remember what I told you, this was our first TP, and it has been hit today morning, but our last TP is this one right here on this level. And as we speak, price is giving us lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. So it's going to keep selling until it reaches this order block. Is it an order block? Yeah, it's an order block on H1. It's an order block on H1. So until it reaches this order block, we are going to keep seeing sells. And then once it reaches that order block, we are likely to get into buys according to H4. According to, really, not H4. Why? Yeah, H4 and probably H1. But daily time frame, it still has sell momentum, but we can't follow that now. We have to follow what we see, and that will be H1, H4 and M15. So for now, we wait until we're ready to enter buys on this order block. So because of the low market, because of the low momentum in the market currently, London market has just opened. So let's see if we can push for this sell to this level in this London market. I doubt we will, but let's wait and see if we will actually see something like that. If I go to M15, it's trying to push for, we may see some bit of consolidation. Let's see. M5. Yeah, we may see some bit of consolidation between these areas right here, and then later we will see the sell. So be ready. We may, within this London session, we are likely to see consolidation between here, between these levels right there, between these levels, until it is ready to break it and continue with sales. So for now, we can wait and see what happens. But what you have to know is we are likely to break it. We are actually going to break it and come to this order block on H1, and then we can start on the buys. We can start on the buys. I have to remind you, we are not market makers, and clearly you see this price has reacted back to that level, which was a fair value gap on H1, and clearly it is currently a support. So price, since we are not market movers, these guys can push price around and even not give us this sell that we need to reach the order block. So if you get a reversal signal on M15, then know that we are coming in with the buys, because that will tell you that these guys are not going to push for this level. They have already gotten what they need on that fair value gap on H1. So I want to tell you that so that you can be knowing that before you force any trade. So enough of gold. Let's now get back into the recap. Let's go for the recap and we call it a day. Sorry, I left that J25. Apologies for that. Let's now do the recap and we call it a day. All right, so crash 500, the buys, yeah, that is a change of character that I told you. If price breaks that, and it has even tested it, so the buys are going on according to M15. Wow, the buys are going on, but they are going to where? We'll see about that, so no need to waste your time. It has already left us. This could have been your entry. This could have been your entry, the previous candle there. And since it is on M15, wait, H4 we are buying. Oh, we can actually enter buys. Yeah, guys, we can enter buys. We can enter buys. Let me enter from here. I was late to enter, but I can enter and put my stop loss here. It may be taken out, but I don't want to risk much. If it takes me out, I can wait for when it comes back here and again make the entry. So that could be your second entry level. So for now, I've put in my buys and let's see. This is M15, so I can easily put my target right here. 1 to 2 is enough and call it a day on crash 500. So boom 1000. It has just activated. Oh, it activated my limit order and gave us that spike, and now it has come back to the entry point. It has come back to the entry point. So are we going to see another spike? What is happening? I think we are going to see another spike. M15 we are selling, weird. H4 we are buying. So if M15 we are selling and H1 we are selling, so means we are going to keep selling. So come to M5. M5 we need some pullback. It's going to spike again. It's likely to spike again to continue with the buy. Let's wait and see. But I'm already having my entry for the buy. I'm going to put my stop loss just below this low. Most of the times with boom 1000, it is known to look to do the stop hunt. And just like I told you, a spike has come. Now that is going to be a confirmation for your entry. So if you haven't entered, you should be entering now, because we are likely to break through this level and continue with the buy. So those who want to buy boom 1000, this could be your time to make your entries, because it's likely to continue buying until it reaches the other time trend line. All right, so that is boom 1000. Boom 500, nothing much. We needed a retest there. We can enter, or a fake breakout there, but if it breaks this level, then you know that we have the sell. V25S has touched that level and it's likely to buy and then get into sales again. So this is a no-go for me. I just can't enter this short buy. If you can, you can, because if those who love scalping that very short trade, you can do that. But I can wait for price to make a pullback there and see if we are continuing with sales. V75, I told us we need to look for sales, but then price can easily continue breaking out. So for now, this is a no-go for me. I have to wait for a next H4 or next H1 candle. So for now, this is not an entry for me. I can't focus on this asset now. This one has started to give us a pullback, so either way, I'm not going to focus on it until I have a structure that I can use to make to get an entry. So for now, that's a no-go. Jump 50, jump 25, pullback there. Can we make an entry? Yeah, if it makes a pullback down. So go to M5 and wait for the M5 entry. Let's wait for the M5 entry. So where do we anticipate the M5 to come back to? Let's use our fib. Let's use our fib right there, and that will be the level. So if price comes back to such a level, then we can get an entry. So I can actually put my limit order. I can put my limit order right in there, and wait. You can actually put it on this order block right there, and let me wait. If price reacts back there, then my buy entry, my buy limit will be activated to take me all the way up there. All right, so that is on jump 25. Jump 10, it has hit my TP. So those who were in it, I adjusted my TP to here, from there to here, so I can rest now and wait and see if the fake breakout is going to happen from that level to here. Let's wait and see. But I think it's still having enough momentum to go all the way to the other TP, to the TP that we had initially anticipated. So let's wait and see. Remember, here we have a support, a resistance right in there. So for now, let's wait and see what is going to happen. But I have to remind you, sales are coming. Sales are coming, so you need to be ready for them. All right, that was jump 10, and yeah, gold, you know what we've said, back and forth. We are likely to sell from that level there, so just wait for now. Or you can enter your short buys if you want to, but why risk? Why not wait for some sales there? So let's wait and see what comes around. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you Monday. Today is a Friday, so it means we will be back here on Monday, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye bye.